Well, hey everyone, we have a very special guest with us right now. We have Jordan Walsh, Arkansas commit, in the house with us. And Jordan, let's first start off talking about just I saw you at the Red White game. How was that being up on the hill? You've been here a couple times to see the team in action.
It was great. The first time I went to Arkansas, it was a dead period. There were no kids on campus. Nobody was there. So to see like the fans come out and support the guys, it was great.
Did the fans play a really big role in you deciding to commit to Arkansas?
Um, they played a role for sure.
Mhm.
Their support's unmatched. Like we noticed, the Hog fans are crazy, and I mean that was definitely one of the reasons I chose Arkansas.
So obviously, I assume Eric Musselman played a large role in your recruitment. So, what was he
Or-
like with you, and what do you like about him as a coach?
I mean, first of all, as a person, he's a great guy. He's a great guy to be around. He's real funny. I enjoy talking to him about things other than basketball. Um, on the court, I mean, he wants to win, and I want to win, and I'm competitive. And when he wants to win and I'm competitive, I feel like when you put that together, then it breeds success.
So, how did he and his staff win you over? Because obviously, you had a lot of options. You could have gone to other places.
Well, the Arkansas staff is a little different. They stayed consistent through the whole recruiting period. They didn't there was never a time where they stopped recruiting me or, started putting somebody else above me. They always stayed consistent with me doing the same thing throughout the years. So that stood out to me. It showed me that they really wanted me.
And what did your parents think about your decision to choose Arkansas?
I mean, they chose Arkansas before I even chose Arkansas. They loved Arkansas almost more than I did. I was like, and so when I told them, I was like, I want to go to Arkansas. They were like, oh yeah, we're 100% with you.
And what was Musselman's plan for you? Like once you do become a part of the team and get to campus, what's that looking like for you once you become a Razorback?
So he his plan is just for me to come in and work hard, keep my head down, work hard. And if I work hard enough and if I produce like he wants me to produce, then all the personal goals that I want and all the team goals that I want for the team will all come true. And then we'll all be successful from that.
All right. As you can see, we've got Kevin with us as well, and I'm going to let him take it away and ask you a couple questions. Thank you.
Thank you.
Well, Jordan, it's been a few weeks, and I saw you at the Red White game, and we shook hands, and good to meet you in person. But I wanted to talk now about this opportunity. You talked a little bit about the factor on the coaching staff with Eric Musselman and his staff. But tell me a little bit about the specifics of your game that they've talked about and how they see you as a player, not only at the college level, but how they can help you moving forward to the next level after that.
So the main thing they've talked to me about or criticized on my game or told me was good about my game was my versatility. They commented a lot about that, and they think that with the versatility that I have, that I can play all over the floor. I can just do a little bit of everything. I don't really have a position. I'm just a hooper who wants to win and who wants to see his teammates do the best they can, the coaches do the best they can, and then see everybody succeed.
So you talked about that versatility. It jumps out at me when I watch your film. You can play truly inside and out. A lot of guys talk about doing that. You actually go back that up, and you really rose. Your profile, as good as you were, rose. You top 10 player now. ESPN has you at number 7, 5-star prospect. Talk about the growth in your game and some of those things you can do on the floor, inside and out.
So the growth part was, me just keeping my head down and grinding because I wasn't, like a lot of people who were already top 10, top 20, like they were already there. So they came into high school with that on their back. But I came in and I was lower than everybody else. I wasn't ranked high like everybody. So but I wanted to be that because I'm always hearing people talk about these guys and talking about how much better than me they are, and it hurt me to hear that. So it just made me want to grind more. So I just kept grinding and grinding, and then I mean now I'm in this spot and still got more to go.
When you look at the way basketball is transitioning to more 5-out basketball and spreading the floor, guys with your versatility skill set, I talked about the inside out game. Do you see yourself being able to even have more success at each step that you take when you surround yourself with players maybe playing at a level that helps enhance your game?
Oh, of course. I mean, I pride myself on my passing ability and playmaking ability. So if I'm surrounded by great players like I am now, then my job becomes easier. I don't have to necessarily go score every time. I can actually, start to facilitate and get other people buckets. And I love to see that too.
Okay, speaking of other great players, it's not, I don't know if this is a coincidence. You tell me the story, but in about a matter of 2 weeks, it was Nick Smith Jr., also rated in ESPN's top 10, a 5-star, committing to Arkansas. So you were right after that. Talk a little bit about that relationship. Did he help recruit you? And then talk a little bit about, was another 5-star coming on board a factor and you feeling like Arkansas was putting together a really strong class in 2022?
Right. I mean, Nick's my guy. I love to talk. I love talking to him, along with playing with him and just being around him. He's a great person. So a lot of people, I feel like a lot of kids now ask coaches like, "Who else are you recruiting? Like, who am I fighting against to get my spot, that starting spot?" But for me, it was more like, "Yo, coach, who am I playing with to help me win this national championship?" Like I'm not worried about like my spot or anything like that. 'Cause I know if I grind hard enough, I can get there. But I wanted to know who I was playing with, what other great players I'll be playing with to help, everybody succeed. Because the better players you have, the better chance you have. So him going there it definitely helped make my decision, knowing that I had somebody there who I knew wanted to grind to be the best version of themselves.
Well, it's interesting. Both of you guys are versatile. Nick can play on and off the ball. We talked about what you bring. Do you see yourself as a complementary 1-2? Obviously, there'll be other players on the court, but you guys will be centerpieces as top level 5-star guys. Do you see a complementary skill set where both of you can help your games and be good teammates moving forward?
Yes, I think that I could help him with parts of his game, and he could help me with parts of my game. Even if it's just like, telling me what I need to do better when I'm playing the point or when I'm bring the ball up the court. Like he can help me on that aspect and I can help him maybe on some other aspects. But I feel like once we're like playing together, we're gonna feed off of each other's energy and feed off of each other like what we know and just become better players.
Okay, I've got to ask this question. You're a state of Texas guy. And so I'm guessing there was some pressure. I know the Longhorns were in it till the end. What was there pressure from your home state, obviously, to stay in it, to play in the home state school? And if so, how did you work with that and deal with that?
It was a hard decision. It was a real hard decision, it's always good to stay home, stay near and be able to put on for your city. Obviously that's great. Um, I mean, the coaching staff, they're great people. The players, they're all great people. I'm still going to have the relationship with all of them that I want to keep because I just liked everybody there. But at the end of the day, I feel like we made the decision that was best for me and my family.
So looking ahead now, a lot of players, their goals now, are to get to the pros, get to the NBA as soon as possible. Obviously, when you're a 5-star projecting McNall's All-American, things like that, some of the goals often are being a one and done. Is that something you've talked about with Arkansas's coaching staff or your family? Is that one of your goals, is to potentially be a one and done and move on to the NBA in a year's time?
Um, my goal for when I get to Arkansas is to win. It's not necessarily like moving on or doing anything like that. I just want to get to Arkansas. I want to win and do the best I can there. And then whatever happens after that is what happens.
Jordan, you have been on point this entire time, and I love that answer. That's a great answer. If you're about winning and getting better, things like that'll take care of itself. And that's what, brings me to some more of my questions. When you look at players, whether it's been the college level or pro level, who are some guys that you admired or like whether it was their game or something about their personality on or off the court? Who are some players that you follow and that you like and look up to?
Um, I definitely look up to Charlie Villanueva. He's a big mentor of mine, and I respect him and everything that he's done for the community. A couple of players I want to model my game after, be like Scottie Pippen. He's a big one for me, and I want to be like him. I feel like I have a chance to, just touch some of his greatness. I hope. But I feel like he's a player I should model myself after.
He wasn't a Razorback, but he was from Arkansas. Versatile guy. Are you there, Jordan? Did we lose you? Oh,
Yeah,
We're good.
okay. Something went blank there. Those, great answer there. So tell Arkansas fans, by the way, something about Jordan Walsh that they don't know yet or going to find out about you. Maybe it's basketball related. Maybe it's something off the court, but things that you like doing, hobbies, maybe something really interesting about yourself that may not even have anything to do with basketball.
Okay, so I love snowboarding. That's one thing. I try to do that as much as possible. I know, at some point I won't be able to do that anymore, so I'm trying to get it in. What else? I like snowboarding, scuba diving, ping pong. I like ping pong too. I'm working on it. I'm getting there. I'm getting to that, that cold level. I'm working on it. But I like ping pong. And I watch a lot of anime too. Do that too. Some small things.
I get to watch some anime too. My son loves it, so I'm starting to learn to love it. Great answers, absolutely. I had a couple more things I wanted to circle back to that I thought of while we've been going through this interview process. We talked a little bit about the NBA. I know that's something that you're really focused on winning at the next level. But when you listen to Arkansas's coaches and the coaching staff, whether it's Eric Musselman or Keith Smart, Clay Moser, some of the guys that have NBA coaching experience and a lot of years coaching, talk a little bit about that as you see the game and even the college game shift to more like an NBA feel and how they kind of presented those aspects of the game to you in your recruitment.
So I feel like, this is what coaches have told me, and their goal now is to get those kids to that next level. And with Coach Muss's staff, I mean, he has the experience. He's been there, so he's seen it. He knows what you need to get there. And so I feel like his focus now that he's decided to coach college is going to be to get kids to that next level, because he's been there. He knows what it is. He knows what it looks like. So I feel like his main motivation is to help other people get there. So that's why I trust.
And Jordan, I remember now you did go to the red white game, but in addition to that, the first exhibition game. When you're there on an unofficial visit for game attendance, is it just there to relax and enjoy it? Or are you actually watching the game in terms of kind of projecting yourself and picturing yourself maybe on the court with maybe some of these guys will be your future teammates, but also maybe a role or how you might fit, and it kind of gives you a framework to go off of?
In a sense, I'm kind of like a college coach too. I'm always recruiting and scouting and evaluating what I'm seeing. So, obviously I'm there for fun. I want to see the team. I want to, cheer them on and see Coach Muss just in action. But some of the things, like you said, just seeing myself in the play, just seeing how I would fit, seeing how the offense flows, how their defense flows, just stuff like that I pick up on when I was at those games.
Big senior season up ahead with Link. Talk about some of your goals as a senior, because you're a Razorback, but you're not a Razorback yet. You got a senior season to play.
You're right. So one of my goals is I want to be a McDonald's All-American. That's a personal goal. A couple of personal goals. I want to be a McDonald's All-American. I want to play for the USA team. But besides that, team goals, like I want to win. I want to win at the highest level. And that's why I came to Link. I want to be able to win at the highest level with the best people possible, playing against the best people as possible. So I'm going for that Geico. I got to.
The Geico, man, that's the finish line. All right. So the early signing period's really just a little over a week away now. And it's a week-long signing period. Are you making preparations for something big? You can have a big ceremony, or kind of what's your plan for the early period?
I haven't gave much thought to it. I'm just excited for whenever that time does come that I do sign up. I'm just waiting for that day. I'm excited for it.
Well, Jordan, Arkansas Razorback fans are excited to have you on board. This is a recruiting class right now ranked as high as number 2 in the country. If you got another 5-star in your pocket stowed away that you can bring aboard, it might push Arkansas to number 1. But I know the Razorback coaching staff's working on that. But we've enjoyed having you on today. And I know Razorback fans can't wait to see this Zoom interview with you to get to see some of your thoughts about being a Razorback. We thank you.
Yeah, Jordan, thank you so much for your time.
And thank you for inviting me. I'm glad to be here.